Now, White Pine County Daily News with Wyatt Cox.
KELY News, sponsored by Sahara Motors, home of the Touch-A-Truck promotion. Coming up July 4th weekend, you could win a Dodge Ram Tough truck. Stop by Sahara Motors for complete details.
For those of you who haven't been on Facebook, I would like to take full responsibility and acknowledge ownership of the photo showing the four of you blatantly violating the open meeting law with lunch last week. I'm appalled at your wanton disregard and disrespect for the office to which you were elected by the people to represent.
Carrie Pintar during open public comment during yesterday's County Commission meeting. Pintar admitted she was responsible for the taking of the photo of County Commissioners Hank Vogler, Paula Carson, Pat Robinson, and Tim Pauley having lunch together at a single table during the lunch break of the April 16th County Commission meeting. There were also what appeared to be glasses of alcoholic beverages having been consumed during the lunch break of a commission meeting. Reports filed with the Secretary of State's office. But Commissioner Tim Pauley fired back on Facebook last week, saying the lunch was perfectly legal.
Yeah, I had lunch with 3 other commissioners the other day. And the open meeting laws are very, very specific that you're not to talk about county business. We did not. If anybody's eaten lunch with Hank Vogler, you know it's sheep. So we heard sheep stories.
Meanwhile, at yesterday's commission meeting, the commission went along with public consensus to not reinstate the county business license, agreed to split the parcel of land that the Preston Community Center sits on to possibly sell part of the property, to implement a hiring freeze in the county for the creation of new positions, and to move forward to selling the house at 27 Connors Court. But near the end of the meeting again, the county commission got inflamed over the budget. So much so that while some members at the conclusion of the meeting and the closing public comments sided with the 4 commissioners that are demanding last-minute budget cuts, others were angry that the commission not only of their repeated demands for cuts, but the way that some commissioners were publicly demeaning employees as lazy. Worst part of the meeting took place long after Congressman Mark Amodei talked to the commission about some of the things that were going on in Washington.
What we do at these is basically give an update on federal issues that we're working on that we think are particularly important, both to White Pine County and in a general sense, and also allow the board, if you have any things, assignments, homework, you name it, to say, hey, we've got a problem with this or that, or we need some help on whatever.
The many of the items that the congressman talked about, with the commission, many of the same items we discussed when he visited us yesterday morning. A recording of what the congressman said on our show available through our Facebook page and on our X feed, and also on our webpage at KELY1230.com. If you go to that webpage, you can also find a link of all of our podcasts where a lot of our local information is contained. City of Ely will consider a re-implementation of the spring city cleanup at their meeting today. First 3 Saturdays of May proposed for the cleanup by former mayor and now councilwoman Melody Van Camp. The meeting coming up Thursday at 5 in the Volunteer Fire Hall. In a rare unanimous vote on Tuesday, the Nevada Assembly passed the Right to Conception Act and Family Planning Services Act, marking a bipartisan endorsement of contraception rights. Assembly Bill 176 passed 42-0. It aims to protect the rights of every Nevadan to access contraception, including IUDs, emergency contraception, and other FDA-approved methods, while ensuring that providers can offer these services without political interference. It now advances to the Senate for a vote. Lieutenant Governor Stavros Anthony said on Nevada Newsmakers that Democrats in the Nevada legislature killed 3 of his bills, mostly because they oppose his task force on women's sports that aims to keep biological males out of women's sports at the highest levels. Anthony told host Sam Shad, I know for a fact a lot of it has to do with my stance on protecting female athletes, but it also had obviously to do with I'm a Republican. Anthony, who also announced to be running for re-election, was highly critical of 2 Democrats from Las Vegas, Assembly Education Committee Chair Selena Torres Fawcett and State Senator Melanie Scheibel in the interview that was broadcast April 18th. Nevada Governor Joe Lombardo signed a bill into law on Wednesday designating January 27th as International Holocaust Remembrance Day in the state of Nevada. On social media, the governor said Nevada will never forget the tragic events of the Holocaust. This marks 8 decades since the end of Holocaust, when Adolf Hitler's Nazi Germany murdered 6 million European Jews. An off week for White Pine baseball and softball teams, so the attention focused on golf and track. They're hosting tournaments this week. Golf team will have a tournament beginning this morning at 10 o'clock right across Georgetown Ranch Road from us here. A home track meet coming up on Friday at 10:30 at the athletic field. And the swim team will be in Las Vegas on Saturday, and that begins at 12:30. 17 past 8, that's a quick look at your morning news from the state of Nevada for Sahara Motors.
You see lots of commercials on television telling you to drive a little and save a lot. Dealers wanting you to drive to Salt Lake, Elko, Reno, and even Las Vegas. But ask them one question. What happens if there's a problem? Do you have to drive 3, 4, or even 6 hours to get service? Here at Sahara Motors in Ely, we service everything we sell right here in White Pine County. Shop here first, get our best deal, and you get that best deal by telling Maggie or Shauna that Wyatt sent you by. Then if you want, shop other places. When you account for the drive, you'll find that it pays you to be a part of the Sahara Motors family. Stop by Sahara Motors, just about a mile north of Ely on US 93.
Or call 775-289-4473.
Sahara Motors, we are White Pine proud.